Okay, now let's work on the fun part, where we'll be exposing our parameters to have control over the look of our traffic light. So I'm gonna use a null node. I'll call it simply controls. Just gonna differentiate it a little bit with the shape. Okay, can keep it here. Let's pin it also to a new tab, so it always stays. Okay, I'm gonna move it here. And then we go to edit parameter interface. These two, I'm just gonna make them invisible. We don't really need them. Okay, so we have a clean canvas here to work on. Okay, let's see what we can do. So let's say we want to adjust the length of our main pole. Okay, let's do that. We can see main pole. Okay, here you go. And if you want to like drag it, just grab this length and move it into the root. We're going to get an error first. You see in here. So for us to be able to do it, let's hit this gear icon and unlink this for bit linking parameter. So just click that. Now we'll be able to drag and drop to the root. Okay. Let's name it. It's going to be, say, main pole length. Gonna also copy paste the same here into the name. And then let's set up the range here. So at the moment it's from 0 to 10 meters. Let's do the minimum. Say the minimum we could keep it at 1, and maximum let's do 6. So let's lock it. We don't go above it, and apply. Apply, and now let's see, we go to controls, and here we go. This is our slider now. So let's see. Go up and down, right? Okay, good. Let's also do the same for this side pole. Remember, this was this part. I'm just gonna frame it as well. Okay. And we can basically slide it up and down with these parameters. So grab it. You can say side pole position. You can do this from 0.2, 0.9. Hit apply. Okay, good stuff. So we are moving it now. Okay. What else we can do? We can control as well, for example, the amount of bevel that we have on those corners. So for example, if you want to maybe a more squarish box or more like round box, you can also expose these ones. Let's say, let's find it. So we go to our frame front in here. Let's see. Okay, this is where we made our bevels on the corner. Let's put a bevel corner. For example, if I were to reduce this, that. So you see when we reduce this, it reduces the bevel of the front faces, but the back still remains the same. I think it's because they are not linked. So let's first link them before we expose. So it's just a matter of finding the other bevel. I think this is the one. So yeah, this is the bevel of the back side. So I'll take this guy, copy parameter, and link to the back. So they work together. Okay. And now I can drag it. So keep it small. 0.5, something like that will do. Apply. Okay, let's have a look. See if our corner bevel working. Okay, so we can make it like squarish, or we can make it more roundish. Okay. What I would also like to do is to remember when we build the curve here on our front face. Okay, I would like to be able to also flatten it if I wanted to. So let's go. Let's see how we can go about that. This is our initial curve. And then in here, what we can do is pretty much expose the profile. And also the profile amount. Hit apply. So let's see what's happening. So with the profile amount, so when I move it to 0, this kind of issue is happening to me here. Okay. There's nothing to be worried about. Sometimes in Houdini will happen, something will break. So we just basically need to trace where exactly at which point is it happening, at which value, and then we will be able to debug this, right? So let's see, like if I'm making it flatter, let's see when it's actually breaking. All right, so this is the break. Seems like once I go past 0.01 or something like that, it starts to happen. So let's have a look. So we can go to the front frame. And see at which point it happens. So this is where we're building the front frame. Okay, these are the bevels. Then we subtract our pole here. And we make this lip. All right, and then when we boolean this glass cutter, I see, remember we made this box for the glass. When we boolean it, seems like this is what produces this issue. As you can see, like when I zoom in, I have this sort of like a floating geometry here. So that could be a potential issue. So let's have a look. Yeah, it seems like there are some reversed faces here. And that might be causing the issue when I boolean it. So it could be that some edges are overlapping here. So let's see. If I go to my hole cutter, when we make a hole, try to minimize this a little bit. So we're like that. Yeah, it looks like when it's touching these front edges, creates this issue. So let's make it a little bit smaller, like this. And now let's check our boolean. Okay, you see, now it's doing boolean properly, subtracting the glass. Okay, cool. So let's have a look at the total one. Yep, so now it's fixed. We can make our front face completely flat if we wanted to. Nice. So I'm just gonna set it to what it was. Okay. What else we can do? We can, let's enable our road test. We can also add some mirroring to our traffic lights. We can, for example, drop here another mirror. And that, and we can say keep original. So if we wanted to like flip the mirror to another side, we could do that. Then we need to do another one to this side as well, so there's no clipping. So to drop a mirror, keep the original. Okay, we can also link those in a bit. So I will use a switch to be able to choose like whether I want mirroring or not. So put this here, that, and I'll do the same switch here. First, and then the mirror goes into the second. It's important to keep the same order. Right here, okay. And then I'm gonna link these two switches. So copy this, paste relative references. So then if I were to switch this mirror. Another one would also do the same. So it's just to quickly control, for example, if you have, let's say, this traffic light on the right-hand side and the pedestrian is facing the opposite direction, you just hit the switch, it will reverse the order. I'm going to add this switch here and say mirror traffic lights. In here, instead of integer, you can have a simple toggle. It'll be easier. Say apply. Now in here, let's test it. So we got a quick mirroring happening here. Okay, nice. So we can also add the control over the size of our LED lights. Okay. Let's go back here. This is where we control the scale of our LED lights. In here we have 3 values, okay, to control it like X, Y, Z separately, but we can just link all of them to one. So link. Okay, and then we drop this X into our root. We say, let's scale. And here, let's lock it. Set our range. Now let's see. Okay, awesome. So then we can control the size of our LED lights. Okay. Now let's add the option to control like how many traffic light frames you want. You'll be able to remove some of them if you don't want it. Okay. Let's adjust that. So for that, let's go to our pedestrian light stack here. This is where we're stacking them up. And then what I would like to do here is to add a switch, okay? And a switch. And now I'm just gonna grab the green. See, I'm gonna disable this for now. I don't need it anymore. Okay. So I'm grabbing the green. And I also get the red one. I'm gonna merge them. See, this is my green, and this is green, red. Okay, these two. Okay, so in my switch, I'm gonna add first the 3 of those, my first input. Then the 2 of those I'm going to add in the second input. Okay. And then only one, which is green, I'm going to add into the third input. I'm going to keep this order like that. Okay, and this will go into this. So let's have a look what's happening now. Get back to my switch. So if I were to hit one, it would remove one light. I hit it again, it remove another light. So I'm just left only with one. However, I still need to adjust my pole, right, to compensate for that. So let's take care of that. Go back to the side pole here. Have a look. This is my pole. I'm gonna just copy the same node. And here, remember that we created traffic light number slide. So in here, we can adjust it and put it to 2. Okay, and then we do another copy. And we adjust our slider to just 1 for one box. And we're gonna do exactly the same now with the switch, keeping the same order. It's important for switch to match. So we do the switch. So we put first 3, then we put 2, then we put 1 like that. Then we plug it back here. Okay, now we're gonna link these switches. Go to the switch, the parameter, and relative reference. Okay. I'm gonna drag this here into my root and then say traffic light remove. Then our range will be from 1 to 2. Hit apply. Okay, let's see. Let's make a test now. Go to our controls. Now, if we were to remove it. Okay, great. Now it removed the traffic light. And also our side pole also adjust its height according to how many boxes we have, right? This is exactly what we want. Okay. Nice. If you want, you can do exactly the same with the car lights. And also, if you want, you can even swap some of the, let's say you want to swap the pedestrian LED lights to car LED lights. You can do that as well with the same switch technique. It's very easy to do. Okay, what else we can do? We can expose the rotations of our traffic lights. Okay, we can go to our rotation frame. Okay, let's say we want to rotate the car traffic light. We go here, rotate overall. I'm gonna grab this y-axis rotation, drop it here. Say car light rotate. Will be overall rotation. We can also like organize it by folders. Grab a folder, name it car traffic light. Switch it to simple folder type. And let's say our car light rotations will be in this folder and the pedestrian will be in different pedestrian folder to keep it more organized. Okay. So now you see it created like a separate tab here, and then we can now rotate. So let's set our range as well, so there's no clipping happening here. So let's say around 90, we should stop here. So we'll say minus 90 to 90. Okay. If you want to also rotate individual ones, we can go to the individual ones. So rotate green, do exactly the same. Let's grab this. Why? Drop it into our folder. I'm gonna call it our green rotate. Now we're controlling rotations individually. Okay, cool. Now I'm just gonna do quickly the whole process. So we have rotation per each piece. Okay. Okay, cool. Now you can do exactly the same, but for our pedestrian traffic light, creating a folder to do the rotations. You can expose much more if you wanted to. You have a full control, so you can do, like, let's say maybe you want to make this circle that holds the lights a bit smaller or bigger. You can also expose that, or maybe the speakers as well, make them smaller or move them around. There are a lot of possibilities. You can do some changes. Okay, so I added the rotations to the pedestrian traffic lights as well. You can now turn them around. I also decided to add the LED container scale to make it smaller. Like that. So just one more thing that I would like to show you before we wrap up. Just we can do a little animation with the traffic lights, with the LED lights, just to have fun. We can use our frames here. So let's go to our LED lights. And then let's select over all our LED lights here. And I'm gonna disable them for now. We have like this neutral color. And then I'll drop a wrangle. And let's set up a little conditional here, okay? So we can say if, for example, our frame is, say, less than 10, we have a curly bracket. So then let's set our color to, then let's set our color to green, okay? So for green, we say 0, 1, 0, that'll be green. Okay. So if we're under 10 frames, then we turn it to green. And otherwise, it will be, let's say, black, right? Just say for black, everything at 0. Then if we hit play here, once we hit frame number 10, then it switches to black. Okay, so then once it switched to black, let's turn on the amber in the middle. So let's copy this over. Let's take care of the amber. So for the amber, we can say gonna be 1, 0, 5, and then 0. And then for the frames, let's say when it's, let's say it's like this, or maybe more or equals 10. And let's say that end also, you can say less than 20. So basically, if our frame is equals or more than 10 or less than 20, from 10 to 20, then turn to amber. Otherwise, be black. Now let's see if it works. Press play. Okay, now we switch to amber. And then say for our final one, for the red. Okay, let's change this to from green to red. We say equals or more than 20, then turn to red in this case. See? Okay, we have our little animation. Then we can say for our pedestrian lights, let's do something similar. So in here we have the red one. Copy this. We need to reverse a little bit here the effect. So let's say that if our frame is less than 20, then turn to red. So then it means when it's green, for pedestrian it will be red. Now let's take care of the green as well. Okay, so for the green, this. So let's hit play. Just need to change here this to 20. Okay, let's see again. Press play. Okay, now they switch at the same time. Okay, good. Oh yeah, just wanted to show you quickly this little animation. That will be it. I hope that you learned something new for yourself. And yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to drop a comment and I'll be sure to get back to you. And thanks a lot for watching the tutorials.